Call the meeting of the Newbury Historical Commission to order on October 10th at 7:08 p.m. All rise to pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lon was tangled in his chair. That's what I was queuing for.
Okay, as long as we don't lose them, we're okay.
I was pretending that I was Washington crossing the Delaware. I couldn't turn.
Okay, let's review the minutes of the September meeting. I think we were all here for that.
Jim, the first sentence under notes and correspondence says,
I'm so sorry. I have no idea what my copy is. Go on, man.
No, I think I have it here. I could take this one. I turned it.
I got one too, I printed my own, so.
I have it somewhere. Oh, here it is.
okay. Under notes and correspondence, the very first sentence says, Jan has sent replies to requests to information.
Did I pick the wrong one?
Oh, way down the
Jan
line.
has sent replies.
To requests to information. To requests for information, maybe?
Probably. Oh, yeah.
Just now, just.
Oh, rest for
Just
information, yeah.
to request information.
Or wait, maybe to information requests.
I'm just gonna get rid of the S and the two and just say Jan sent replies to request information.
Okay.
You sent replies to request information.
No, you said replies to requests for information. People came to you and you
People
sent
gave you
replies.
requests and you sent
I should
replies.
have read before these meetings.
I think I would never. Yeah,
Requests for information.
one of those works.
We sent requests for information, is that where we're going? Is that
No.
good?
Jan has sent replies to requests for information.
People requested information from you, you sent replies.
That's what you were replying to, the request for
Just
information.
make the 2 or 4.
Okey dokey, thank you.
No problem.
He gets extra.
Uses AI and write the reports, that's what it is.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I was. We found one who did.
It's just so many pieces, isn't it?
Mahoney is referred to up above.
Do we want to
This guy. This is the one.
approve the minutes?
Eagle Tower, old Eagle Tower. Remember that sign?
Mhm.
Yeah, I was waiting for everybody to finish. Any other corrections to the minutes?
Nope.
All right, I entertain a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
I move that we accept the minutes of the September 12th meeting as amended.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Done. Okay, treasurer's report. Sorry.
Your report, everybody should have gotten one.
Yep, I got
I
mine.
forgot that it's black and white, so it's in color. Okay, yeah. So I've got on September 19th, I received a general fund budget. I haven't received information on the other 2 accounts, but hopefully they roll them over like this supposed to. But no, we haven't made any changes to them, so I'm just going to keep using the same numbers. But I'll get a hold of the total that I need the other 2 accounts also. And the good news was that we received a $200 increase in our budget amount for FY 2025. So I'm correcting that, not correcting, but modifying that here in this month's report, indicating that we were appropriated $2,000. And coming out of that, Richard's been using some of the money to buy wood sealer and things so that these windows on the outside are ready before the bad weather gets here, because repairing the inside of the windows themselves, they'll be doing that from the inside.
Right.
So, and it looks great. I don't know if anybody's seen it out there. It just looks
It
great.
does.
So $152.82 at this point for supplies in order to do that. And then commitments for the Lower Green portable toilet for the remainder of this year at $1,050, leaving an effective available balance of $797.18 for the rest of the year. Gifts and donations has not changed, and I'm still assuming that's the correct number. Special article fund has not changed, and I'm assuming that's the right number. And so in effect, considering all any expenditures we've already made or commitments, we have a total of $6,801.50 for the rest of the year.
So we have in theory though $800 to spend before the end of June.
I'm sorry?
It's $800 before the end of June. Is that how is that more?
Yeah, it's
Right, is it-
25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's, we have to make sure we spend that by then.
Right, yeah, by the end of June. Right.
So I always get confused. The
I know.
half of the year
Yeah.
thing in my
I
brain.
know, it's a
Okay, do I hear a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll send you a digital copy and get rid of the extra dollars.
Maybe we should buy some bulbs next year. Other things.
I got all kinds of things.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay, Lon on the Lower Green Study Committee report.
We met last week. There's not much to say except that by our next meeting, we're going to try to have a draft. So we went over the various sections and who's been writing on which ones, this sort of stuff. And I didn't bring my notes, but I think we set a calendar, not calendar days, but we know when we're going to hold now the first three public meetings we're going to hold. That was something I'm going to get permission for. We'd like to hold one here, if that's possible. It would be the beginning of next month.
It's gonna be cold in here.
It'll go.
And you got ADA issues.
That'll make the
It's a public
meeting go
meeting.
faster. What?
You got ADA issues in this building if it's a public meeting.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe the last meeting, if it's in the spring, you can have it outside.
Have it outside.
Seriously, I
We
mean,
can't have it outside because it's got to be after hours and it's dark.
In the spring, it's not dark though. In the spring,
No, we've got to hold it
next
first week of November.
Gotcha.
No,
We
I mean-
vote on this in the spring.
Gotcha.
okay.
Yeah, so anyway, I hadn't thought of
Yeah,
Or if you have it
that.
just.
But we're holding our meeting here.
well, let's not keep repeating that.
Okay,
If nobody comes to our meetings, we would love the public to join us.
that's a good point. Well, we're going to hold one in Byfield. We're trying to get the library for that. And then what is the PETA thing out there for the island?
Yeah,
And I guess we could, well,
Do the Fireman's Hall.
we could, how about
Yeah.
in Morgan?
Yeah,
Yeah, we usually have our
Yeah,
meetings.
okay.
Because everything should be fixed by then, right?
yeah, that must be done.
Yeah, the
soon.
floor is drying now, they'll move the stuff back, so yeah, we'll be back in there next month.
Okay, I will actually send an email to the committee and let them know that we should probably hold it there. And then what do we check with on that to get that,
Because you're a different group, I think you've got to go through the town hall, that channel, probably the assistant to the town administrator.
Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah, we're a town committee.
Yeah.
So we can use it, but it's separate permission. Okay. All right. And we finished the map, and I did not bring it because it's the same one I gave you before. So she hasn't added on the other
I
stuff
didn't
yet.
get it.
What?
I don't have one.
Oh, right. Well, you saw I was holding it up last time. That's a draft.
I know, but I don't have anything. I wanted to have something to go with the minutes, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Even if it's not
As
finalized.
soon as she's going to finish, one of the person that's doing this is going on vacation. She's going to do that before she leaves. So.
Okay. Can you scan what you have and send it to her just so she has a copy of a draft?
I guess so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was hoping.
That was almost positive.
No, Well,
What you talking
it's a
about?
draft, it's a draft.
Just you could put
We're
a
not
nice
distributing
big,
it.
you could just put a nice big
Right,
red draft on it, and then
Okay,
it said
all right,
draft
yeah,
for
I'll write
committee
that.
eyes only.
Okay,
Okay.
or I can just say no.
Or,
Okay.
Straight
I'll,
It's up to your committee.
she will keep it very secure. Jan has a system.
Well, we've held it up in the meeting.
Secure.
Okay, anyway, so we're making progress on there.
Awesome.
Yeah. And, and then we're sending our survey out probably in the next couple of weeks, next 2
I've
weeks.
been noticing a lot of survey guys up recently.
Yeah, this is
There's
a
a lot of them, like,
survey.
downtown,
And
and you
we've
wonder
got-
what's
We've got all
going
the
on.
information for that now, we're just not thing in and then do a mailing to everybody.
I usually see them at the dump, but only on Saturday.
No, there's been like right in like downtown, right in the,
One
like the square.
conversation at a time, please, Lauren. Are you done?
And,
Okay.
Did you hear about the meeting the video, the Zoom thing that?
Oh, yes, yeah. Luckily I didn't, I was
I was
gone.
What's the thing?
With the naked male parts being flashed and stuff.
They
on the
Zoom
Zoom
on,
meeting?
somebody Zoomed on the meeting,
Yeah,
because it's announced in advance.
I think you have to keep those things private.
Well, you can't, it's
It's about
public
me.
media.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why that happens.
Yeah.
but it was like,
Man,
you know, it's one of
nothing's
the,
sacred
So
anymore.
we don't
It's
want,
one of
we
those
don't want
things,
to hold
like,
a Zoom meeting.
if you didn't lock the outhouse door and the door starts opening, it starts, you know, what you do first, it was the same thing, I was like,
Okay, but it's just, is it okay to say this with the thing out? Anyway, so, one of our members was driving and they had their phone hooked into the
Oh
thing, and they couldn't figure out how to turn it off. So they had to
yeah,
sit
she was
until
coming
we-
back from Bangor or something.
Yeah.
no! Oh, good God. Okay.
Anyway, so we don't want to do any of those.
Understandable.
It was frightening.
Well, you know, you
I
announce
felt-
it,
and I
you announce
felt
it
really
weeks in
badly
advance,
about
and
it because-
everybody's got the
Yeah.
information, so.
I didn't really mean to bring it up, but I just was curious if you had seen it.
I
because
I hadn't seen it.
I didn't see you on the
Don't do those
video,
things.
so I was like horrified.
Luckily, I was in Seattle out to dinner.
Good.
It's all this dumb electronic stuff, you know.
Okay, website report.
It's basically the same from last month. He's still working on things and he hasn't updated me, and I didn't see him today when I picked up the camera. So,
Okay, all is well.
yeah, all is well.
Okay, Jan, start with correspondence.
There's a new assistant town planner that will be starting October 28th. His name is Daniel LaRock.
Okay.
So he will be working with Kristen, who's taken over for Martha.
And spelling.
Leroux. The very French way.
Laroe.
No, I know, I mean, I just looked at it, way to go. I should
I
drink
think you
before
just
these
made it up.
meetings. Daniel, he will be, I don't know, I can't find it.
Okay.
Laroe.
L-A-R-O-E. It's right there.
Sorry, look, something came
I
out
was
small.
looking to.
Oh, what's
That is
that?
weird. Yeah,
Rock?
is it, look at it right here.
Oh, okay.
That's
So it's
weird.
rock.
It was whatever format maybe you opened it in, it didn't
Thank
like
you.
keep the same formatting.
Weird.
Mr. Alan Furby sent an email and asked if we could assist him to find out where Samuel Chase supposedly died from a horse fall.
Oh, is this?
And he'd like to be able to find any real estate they owned.
Who, the Chase, Samuel Chase?
Yeah,
I mean, that
Well,
should be
real
pretty.
estate he owned, they owned? Oh, boy.
so
Um,
I usually
I mean, that
reply, and I will reply to him also. I always reply
Go to
because
the
it's
deeds.
rude not to. I will send him to the Sons and Daughters. If he's a founding, it's 1690, and see if anybody can help him.
Does anybody know what
there
year
is
this
a
person
Chase
died?
descendants on Facebook.
Right?
Century?
Like a group?
1743.
Oh, that's when he died, okay.
I mean,
I don't.
There's a book
Could
goes
say,
in there.
it could,
Just,
well,
well, no,
it
that's
could
an
be,
event,
if it's
so-
that old, it could be in the
It's
book.
100 years later, that book over there, so.
Yeah.
I got another one from a place called History with Toury, Colonial Home Tours, that is giving tours of Newburyport. It was October 6th.
Lovely, okay.
Save this one from Ryan for a minute. I know there's another one. I had like 4,000 emails.
Is that the one about the sign?
Yeah. Oh, and then our planning director, Kristen, asked about the stones, the metal poles.
Yep.
So they didn't look metal in the
No, they
pictures.
look
They don't
really
have, they're
wood.
wood. They're
So
precious
I don't
woods.
know what she was
Yeah.
talking about, but because she was
What's her
talking
issue?
about metal poles protecting the witch's stone, and it was a mess, and
I mean, I think it looks great.
so
Every time I drive by,
I
I
don't
think
know
it
what
looks
she was
fine.
really looking at, but I'll follow up with her.
She's
because-
assuming they're stone, and metal and stone probably, when they're actually wood.
They looked very wood
Well,
in the
well,
pictures
it
that
depends on
he,
how far away you are.
I don't
And
know.
you're
so
driving
I'm just-
fast on that road.
And I
you're like,
appreciate, Rich, thank you for the pictures, and I appreciate everybody trying to help with that. This is the culture council.
Why don't we cover that a little bit in new business?
What?
The
Which stuff?
Witchstone.
Yeah, they don't afford much protection, it's 4x4s.
Person from the PTA, Newbury Elementary PTA, has notified us that she would like to, she spoke with Eva,
Uh-huh.
and that she would like to find out about having a school day down here with the kids.
Fabulous.
So I contacted her, we've been back and forth a couple of times, so I'm actually meeting with her Wednesday at 9 o'clock.
Again,
She just,
springtime, now?
I told her that it would have to be in the spring
Right,
because we're
exactly.
closing in
Yeah.
October.
Well, that was my thought.
Not to
It's like-
mention, it would be a little chilly in here for the kids,
Yeah.
even on a good day.
Yeah.
You
I want them to
know?
be interested, not like cold, to be like, get me out of here. You want them to like want to hang out.
Right.
So, because she said she's been here and she wanted to.
I was here the day she came in.
Yeah, and I mean, we used to do that. They used to do that apparently.
Yeah.
Back in the olden days,
Have field trips
in
here.
the 1900s. They
Back in
had,
the 1900s.
Well, I think it was
Yeah.
part of the
Last
agreement
century.
in
Yeah.
76 when they renovated, that was part of the agreement.
that could very well be.
Oh, so like lots of school
So
things.
I'm gonna meet with
back
her.
then.
I ran it by
She bought
Shannon
the
to
old
make sure I didn't have to do
bought the
anything else
farms.
really.
Oh, all right.
If you need volunteers that day, we probably should be a couple of us here. I'd do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And I
so we'll
did
find
agree
out
with
when
that.
it is.
Yeah.
That's the tour we do again.
We should dress up.
Local historic, the school roof and windows.
I'll bring my meter stick.
This is the lady I asked you to write a response to
The
me.
roof lady, yeah.
Yeah, I reviewed your August 8th, 2024 minutes, and it sounds like you're planning on gray asphalt shingles for the roof. Don't know where she heard that in the video, except we must have said we weren't doing that, maybe, I don't know.
We've never said
And
asphalt.
she said she hopes it's not the case. She helped Lon years ago with the Save the Lower Green when she lived in Newbury, Connie Hellwig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I asked Channing to formulate because he's the one that was doing it. So we just said we thanked her for, her inquiry. And the roof is not going to be asphalt, but we gave, a little
I
more
told her what
specific. And
materials we're using.
the cedar shingles on the sides of the building and all of that. So I have not heard back from her, so I'm assuming that took care of her
Satisfied her
concerns.
concerns.
And it's nice to know that people care.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's nice to know that people care. We got updates from the Mass Historical Commission for survey and planning things, and then there's a whole lot of fall workshops, if anybody's interested. I think I forwarded this to
Yep.
all of you.
Yep.
And they're really interesting, and they're not like 20 hours long or something like that. And you can then get a download if you want to be able to look at it yourself afterwards. So they're very up to date, and they give us good information, so that's the roof. Must have been everything was great. And then, back that's, I think, finally the end of the mail. Good gravy, I
Did you
get
get the-
so much
The
mail.
Saltmarsh sign,
That's the
Right.
last thing I'm gonna do. And then I just do it locally after. And then last but not least is the email from Ryan. He's on the cultural council, and he was asking about this Newbury Salt Marsh signage on Route 1.
It does look awful.
And it does, it looks terrible.
Yep.
And,
Who owns that sign?
I don't know.
well,
I would think
it's
that's like,
erected and maintained by the Essex County Sportsman Association, so I would
And here's the
I reach out to
address.
them.
assume
I got their address right here for you.
that it,
But it was done with the Mass
Would-
Bay program.
eight towns in the Bay Committee, Massachusetts Bay Program.
Yeah, they call it 8 Towns in the Great Marsh today, they call it, and it's in Haverhill. And I have the sportsman's contact if you'd like it.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
It's Essex County Sportsman's Association, P.O. Box
Are you
673.
giving me this, or are you gonna send it to me?
I'll send it to you if you want.
Please,
Okay.
because that way I won't write the wrong thing.
right.
Or give him the wrong info, so if you can send that to me like tomorrow or whatever, I'll
Yeah.
send it on to him, and I think that's nice because it does look like crap. The poor thing is just, rotting away on the side of the road. So,
Again, that's not something that you like can see slowly.
No,
So
you
it's
have to stop it.
just, yeah, so it's hard to even know that that's all chippy until you see the pictures. You're like, oh yeah, like, was that a map or something? Like, I was like, what was that little
At
block?
first I thought it was a QR code, when I started, it's so messed up.
Right.
I know, it was sad looking, but I think it's nice that they noticed it and that the cultural council was concerned,
Yeah.
and
And now it's right next to the new PSATs.
yeah, so perfect timing.
Yeah.
So either Dick will give me that information, and I can send it on to Ryan, and he can tell his committee, and we can see where they want to go, because it's really not our responsibility to take care of it, but I'm glad he
But it's
addressed
it's a
he
nice
brought it up.
market,
It is, it's a
Yeah.
nice thing. And then I met with the town plan, I go to town hall and I talk to the town planner and the conscom and the building and everybody, and there's nothing going on that we need to know about. And just so we know, they're gonna start finishing the building up here,
That's it.
on the Bushy estate, not Bush, yeah, it's
Yeah,
Bushy estate. The circle, they never did this, the plans were all done. Everything was previously approved, so,
So they're gonna be building more back here, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
well, yeah, they're going down, they were supposed to be building, I guess, stuff here on the circle. It's like, so you can see the numbers of the houses. See this, but you can't, those are bad, sorry, it copied very dark.
So
But there's numbers here. See, there's a number, like there's a number here, and there's a number right here. This is
This is the old barn.
Newman Road here,
This
yeah.
is the old barn, so
Yeah.
what's gonna happen back here?
Nothing, they have not done the houses that they were gonna do back here, I guess, and they're gonna start doing them. She just wanted us to know because it's right here, and I'm gonna get emails.
Yeah. What is this?
So that's right here.
This is
Okay.
the Bushy Estate, right here, where they put the 3 houses up already.
Right,
Here, Lon.
And they,
there's
So
more
we're
property.
the blue dot,
Yeah,
and we're talking about this area. See how it kind of the road goes to nothing?
yeah.
That's where that's here.
So
And she's-
this isn't part of this home?
There must be other lots.
Yeah. there was 3, I think she said 3 more houses.
I mean, those are giant McMansions. I would have
See,
assumed
there's-
all that was their
there's
property.
this
but
one
apparently-
here.
Well, this
And
is
this one here.
this is the third house down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like, it's at
Looks like
least
3 house lots.
3
Yeah,
more
it does.
lots. See, there's a lot here, there's a lot here, and there's a lot over here.
No, that's the
This is-
Guineas.
This is Guineas.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
sorry.
kitties, so yeah.
Right there, right,
Well, he's been manicuring this and cutting
I
it
know,
along there, like,
whatever.
and
Has
it's
he?
not part of this?
No, he's not going past this point.
Well, let's not just.
Is he?
let's
I would
not-
assume this property is taking care of this.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
that's-
Well, somebody's taking care of this, and I think it's people that up this.
Yeah, all right, I thought you were talking about,
Because they probably don't wanna look at it. I mean, I wouldn't wanna.
yeah, I wanna
look at it.
maintain it and keep it nice if it
Yeah.
was out my back door.
So there's gonna be houses in here.
That's,
How are they gonna get to them? There's gonna be a traffic circle
That's
here?
a
Yeah.
road right
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
yeah,
Lawrence
it's
Bushy
cul-de-sac.
Way.
they're gonna have a heart attack.
I'm
They
sure
already
they
know
know about
about
it. Yeah, I'm sure they know about
Because
it.
it's been there since the
I
beginning.
wonder if they know.
They might not.
So this is the old traffic circle that they put dirt over?
Mhm.
Oh, was there a traffic circle there?
No, no, they built it. I think
Yes.
they started it and then they kind of,
Because it looks like they didn't, they only did this little half
right, and
piece
then
in
they
the
kind of
front.
abandoned it, not really abandoned
This whole
it,
thing
they
was
just stopped
done.
working.
And there was a water collection thing in the middle and everything. I
Really?
got aerial photographs of that.
Interesting.
Yeah, this was all
But
done
it's-
and ready to go. And
And
then
then
we
they-
thought somebody
he
came in
ran out
and
of
bought the
money.
whole thing.
He evidently ran out of money.
Or maybe he
from what I
did buy the
understand.
whole thing and now since he wants money, he's willing to sell off his lots.
That's possible.
But they were already all approved, everything was already
Just think about
done.
it.
Right.
So it has
Property's
nothing
going for
like
so
it has
much
to go
money right now.
through. She
Everything's
was
so
just
hot.
letting us know that if we see activity that
That's why.
we know, the town knows and they're
So
doing
that-
something and it's already there.
So we're gonna have, so next to the Greenbelt property, we're gonna have a house here.
Possibly.
My heart.
You can go to town hall and ask to look at the,
Start paying attention to property sales and stuff like that. Like, is he, because what do you have to do? Again, surveys. You survey it out.
it was already all done.
Yeah, it was done
Everything's
years
been
ago.
done.
Survey, flag, perk, all
Right,
that stuff.
yeah.
Yes.
He ran out of money apparently and stopped building. So it's not like he's doing something that they didn't know anything
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
He's just like,
Yeah, well, the market's
Year
better
round,
now.
yeah.
He wants to make $2 million a property or whatever it is.
whatever.
That's
So it's
good.
just, we're just being given the information so
Yeah.
that we're aware.
That's what I'm shaking my head. I mean, these plans are old. Are they still all valid?
Well, that's a question that the planning has out to our attorney to see if there have been any changes to the laws that would affect that.
I'm always amazed at how much just property.
Because, some things would be grandfathered in because they were, was the rule at the time. But other things that they're like, say like, for the fire trucks to be able to get out and turn around, that kind of, if anything like that, that's a safety issue, that would have to be addressed.
I would think you
Well,
don't have
they put
enough.
their own
That's
extinguish
it.
system in the,
But they don't have
Yeah,
150 feet of.
that's weird.
Right, I was gonna say, like, this driveway seems
Oh.
tiny, but if it's a shared driveway, is it different rules versus a street? Like, those are the things where I don't know, like,
Yeah.
how does it
It's
work?
got a
that-
name, so it's gonna be a way.
Right, so
It's
what's, again,
Florence Bush
what's the
Way.
way?
Public or
If
private?
they,
What's
yeah,
the
if they ever
private?
expect it to be a public street, they had all kinds of hoops they gotta
No,
jump
but
through.
it'll be like, we have a number of roads that are, have
Private
names
roads.
that are not,
Yeah,
It's also by the feet from the road for the fire department. It has so much, because this is what happened on Orchard Street with the apple orchard
when they were
behind
trying
the
to go in
house.
the back there, yeah.
So they made them put a road halfway in, and then they still had 3 houses off a driveway. So, all right, we'll have to watch it.
So, but I mean, it's really nothing to do with
Nothing to do with
us,
Right,
but
just be aware.
we're aware that building might start, and then if somebody's called you and says something, then tell them to contact town hall, because they're aware. It's not like they're doing anything sneaky. Yeah.
Like the houses that are being built by me, like across from your son, I don't know what they're doing right there, they've been clearing that plot for
Yeah.
so long.
Yeah.
Every time I drive by, I'm like,
yeah.
it's like more dirt being moved around.
So there
A
is
lot of labor on top.
there's another planning board meeting on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, via Zoom, in which they will be talking again about, Whipple Tree Works, Inc., otherwise known as 1 Marshmallow Lane.
Gotcha.
That will be
Yeah, I get on a new business.
on the 16th of October.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything else, is there?
I got a quick,
On the happy list, it was so long, I lost.
I got a quick one with the trails and sales.
Mm-hmm.
I counted 47, yes. I need to report that back to them.
For all the weekends?
Yeah, for all the weekends. And,
47, I'm sorry?
47.
Okay.
And on the 21st, when I was here, I was about to close, and the gentleman approached me, and I think his name was Jim, and I was on my way out, so I don't remember, but I told him to email us. But he said that about 20 years ago, there was a Grape Island panoramic view photo over there on the wall, and somebody stole it. But he said he happened to have pictures of it that he took, and he said if we would let him dig on the green, he'd give us some copies of these pictures.
How convenient.
But I had him point the sign out to him.
Nope.
So I just wondered if he actually emailed you.
So it was stolen. Interesting.
Yeah.
And he happens to have
And
a
he
copy.
happened to, he said he took 3 pictures of it. So
Because you stole.
That's what it said.
Yeah.
And
How
what is,
convenient.
and what is, what?
He wants access to dig
You want
outside.
to dig in the lawn.
I says, well, did you see the sign? And he said, what sign?
Yeah.
Obviously, he knows what's on.
And I walked in because I was already
Did you see
closing.
the vehicle he was in?
I did not notice it. I'm
Okay, 'cause I
sorry.
have a picture of the mean man.
We need to put a camera on the building.
Yeah, I did, I took the
You know.
whole lot.
Okay, let's go on to new business, and you're done, correct?
Yep.
Witch's Stone, correspondence from town planner Kristen Grubbs about the Witch's Stone. We took pictures of that, Rich did today.
Yeah.
It only has 2 4x4 PT posts in front of it.
Yeah, I don't see what the question even
So-
was, to tell you the God's honest truth, so.
I don't
Yeah, I'm
know.
not
What-
sure what
what
her
about-
concern is.
I mean, the
I'm
whole
mixed.
idea
What about
was,
granite?
you know.
I would,
it's-
I was gonna say a couple
posts.
of granite posts there, but is somebody waiting for approval on this?
Well, it's our responsibility now. So like, do we have to
It's
pay
under
for
our
it?
purview.
I'd like, do we need to change things out and pay for things? I mean, is she just concerned?
Well, that's
that
my question, is this project done and it's been stamped and approved, so now
No,
it's
I
on our
think
plate?
she went by to look at it, this is the town planner. And she said there was big ugly metal post there, and I'm like, I said,
Is she just not, doesn't like the way it looks and wants it to look
she
more
did, she
age
thought
appropriate?
that it was taking away from the stone, but I'm not sure what big metal posts were there.
No, she misunderstood what it
Unless
was.
somebody was doing something and they had something up
This
and
should
she
be-
drove by, I have no idea.
Well, can you ask her is this our problem now, or is it still waiting to be finished for approval with the housing project
I
there?
thought that when we signed over and stuff, that was
The
us.
stone is ours.
I
Yeah.
know that, I
No.
know that.
The
And also
area
that
around it.
land that's
You're
on
asking, are they
1
done
block.
working behind?
Yeah, I think they're done.
All that work there is conditional upon them finishing the wall and everything else.
Yeah.
Were they supposed to do something additional, or is somebody asking for approval, or is this just a curiosity question?
I personally,
I think it's a
I
curiosity
think
question.
it was, she
And
went
they're
by
done.
and saw it and said,
Yeah.
They assumed
they
it was.
look, they
I don't think she
doesn't
likes
look
the way it
very
looks.
attractive, I
Or
guess.
did she go by because someone asked about an order of conditions?
Yeah,
I mean,
is this,
she
is
did
there a
not
plan, or
imply
is
that,
it- is this unfinished business from before, or is this just a curiosity thing?
would I have rather it been a beautiful like wrought iron, fence or something?
Well, even just,
Or
just
even
two small
posts,
things.
just 2 granite posts,
Closer
like
to it.
mailbox posts, you know?
Closer to it.
Yeah.
Because it's, the idea is that it's
I
supposed
can
to
get-
stop
I
a
can
car
get
from
pricing
driving
on
into
those.
it.
Right.
Well, let's find out what
I'll
the
get
law
pricing on
is.
it, yeah.
You kick those over
Granite.
your foot.
Yeah, right?
At least it'll be some
Something
kind of defense from traffic,
That or just put like a couple of boulders in front of it.
Because I mean, a Hyundai, go right through one of those.
I'd rather
Something
some
like
like,
those.
some nice,
Like
something
like
down and
like
round.
milestones.
Yeah.
How about a marble, like a square
Yeah.
cross section? What am I thinking, what are they called? Like a little monolith.
like an obelisk.
Like an obelisk.
Well, either
Two of
way, it
those.
needs to be cemented down in the ground,
Yeah,
so
very
it's like
good.
secure.
3 feet down.
Yeah, secure.
All right, well, can you get the rest of the story, as the guy on the AM radio says?
Because that would be fitting, it's, made out of stone.
Is this now
Yes, I mean,
our problem?
I was under the impression when she asked me, she had driven by and looked at it
I understand.
because it's the witches of the Father Stone and then said that the pipes, there was these
It's
big
for
ugly
cheap,
posts. So
Just not.
Yes.
I thought it was, from the conversation, it was like, do we know how ugly that looks and can we do anything about it? I think that was more of
Don't have
a
any money.
question.
Yeah,
So-
no, we can't do it with $800.
Well, it's not, it wouldn't be the historical commission's money, it's town property, we're just in charge of it, like the
Right.
schoolhouse, we don't pay to put the roof on the schoolhouse,
True,
we're just in
true.
charge of making
Okay,
sure the house is maintained.
We could go down, and then there's
Yeah.
a place down in.
All right, I'll
Raleigh
double-
that sells.
Let's
granite.
fast track here, so we
Yes.
get-
Yep,
All right, report on the roof. I have no report other than they're in process. I know I have not spoken to him. I know he knows it's a priority before winter. They don't have much more time left to do.
James, have you not heard back from James?
I have not heard anything from James since when I gave him all the stuff. He's completely capable and I trust that he has a plan.
All right, I think I'm gonna send him an email to request an update
on both projects.
on both things and see if he could just fill me in. If I get information, I will send it, I will forward it to you guys, and just as long as we recall that we
Yeah.
can have a discussion.
Okay, next thing, update on the windows, Rich.
Update on the windows. Well, the select board voted, and I believe it's $15,000 for the sashes to be rebuilt. And I think that the Old Town, our Old Bostonian company, that one
But that
quote
was
that we got,
lesser.
I think we can do that for $15K.
Yeah.
So I'm going to follow up with James. I haven't heard anything from him, but you know, I really want to get this done before the snow
And
flies.
since we posted the bid thing in the paper, is that how it works? Like we just put it out there to like let people know? Because like if we don't find anybody else, then Bostonian guy's the only guy. Like,
There'll be a bid opening to see how many, and if there's
If
just
nobody
one,
does
there's
it,
just
right?
one. So
Yeah,
it's sole
okay.
sourcing.
The last contact that I had with James, he said that he was waiting to find out where the funding was going to come from before he put it out to bids.
No.
And now he knows where the funding is coming from, so I'm going to follow up with him tomorrow and see if he's actually put it out to bids. And at the same time, a friend of ours came by on the tour, and I mentioned the issues with the windows, and there's a company called Granite State Glass, which does window restoration.
Yep.
Which is not one of the companies that I reached out to 6 companies, that wasn't one of them.
Okay.
And she said they did her house, and they did a great job. So I'm gonna reach out to them and have them contact James,
Okay.
rather than step on any toes, you know.
Yeah.
As far as the outside frames and sills, everything on the east side is done. The west side has been scraped and sanded, and it's been treated with the wood hardener. So I gotta let that sit for a week, and then we'll do like the same I did out here, a coat of oil-based primer, 2 top coats,
Yeah. Sweet.
be done with it.
Good.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Take a look at it in the daytime.
Yeah,
It's great,
beautiful.
yes.
My hat's off to you, it looks marvelous.
Okay,
A lot of work.
schoolhouse closing schedule a day.
We need to schedule a day.
Sorry. Throw my phone at
For
you.
what?
to
Schoolhouse.
close the schoolhouse.
Close up the
Shut up.
schoolhouse.
Well, this week, I think. Oh, actually, close it up.
Literally.
Yeah, box everything up.
Yeah.
Again,
Let's wait till it's cold.
Want to do it like
I actually
next
managed
week?
that.
Want to do second week?
prototype
Second week of what month?
management.
November?
I don't want to do it in November because then it's too cold. I'm a wuss.
Oh, this week.
Well, like
This
next
month,
week,
I
yeah.
Well, it
like,
would be sometime next week.
You know,
Feel that,
Wednesday or
Would
Thursday.
that be too much for the mannequin to cover?
I have both of those days wide open. I could
What,
do either.
what time do we do it?
Okay.
Daytime?
Like 11, 10, 11, sometimes early.
Because
I mean, we
I,
just been putting plastic bags over them.
It only takes us an hour. It's shutting down so
Well,
much
this is
faster.
here, and you need it long enough to
I'm fine for
cover the whole.
You know?
I've got, I can't do it on Wednesday.
Okay.
I've got an annual meeting.
Yeah.
I'm wide open.
Thursday, I'm wide open.
Thursday? You want to do Thursday?
Yeah,
Let's see, what are we at? Sorry.
Thursday the 17th.
School
Oh,
shut down.
that's my anniversary,
Oh, happy anniversary.
44 years.
Oh.
Up there.
That's all right. It does not take long to shut the school down.
Okay.
So,
And
if
just
we're
11
gonna have to
o'clock,
vote on
so
this,
we-
we
Sorry,
said,
what's the
11
date? I'm sorry.
Come, school, the 17th, 11 a.m. So like the sun's up, it's a little warm in
Oh, I could be
here.
a little late.
You can be late, you can be early, it's up to you.
so we're, everybody approved of this
Yes,
mannequin cover?
should look like a ghost.
She'll look like a ghost, but she won't be in a body bag.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
And I tried to see if he had anything.
I'll be right back, man.
And then he actually said, "You're gonna get what I got, if you did it for free."
All right, I have 10 minutes and then I have to go to pick up my son. Is there anything else for?
But this might, be better than,
No, right? Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
I just don't want to get calls from the school being like, you're not here to pick up your son from his dance.
What time? 11? Okay.
Oh, are we, is it?
It's still
are we
recording.
adjourned?
No,
No.
we ran, I just had to go grab
Oh, okay, because I could figure this out.
We have
For
four.
the Lower Green Local Historic District Study Committee, we were just looking to see how many, how rare is this?
Our building?
Yeah,
In general.
and apparently, in the early 2000s, there were 26,000 of these things, and they're down to like 400 nationwide. I don't know what's been going on over the last 20 years, but that's what, this is the research in Wikipedia. And,
That's slightly horrifying.
yeah.
and so, and there's no summary of how many there are in Massachusetts. But the interesting thing is the ones I did find in Massachusetts,
We're all
it doesn't include ours.
Oh.
Ours isn't in there, nationwide, or never even in Massachusetts. I have no idea. I got a form, I'm gonna fill it all out, and I'll record this.
Massachusetts.
But we're not even in there. There's no pictures of our school.
Figures.
Yeah, just crazy. Yeah.
Figures.
So doing research, I found out that we're not in.
Send me something on that, would you?
Sure.
Thank you. So I can.
Okay, last thing of the night is
With this tree.
number 1 Marshmallow Lane Barn. For those of you that missed the Zoom meeting, this is our concern with this is there is a preservation restriction. I think it's lot 6. Anyhow. On the property that the Whiffle Tree Works application is for, there is a preservation restriction. So at the Zoom meeting, the hearing meeting, I raised my hand and I brought up this planning board aware of the preservation restriction on the property, and it clearly reads interior and exterior and the fences, the stone walls, and the property. And the answer from the planning board is we're aware of it, and the town council says it's okay. They're changing the driveway, they're moving stones, and making parking for this enterprise. Now, this is supposed to be a preserved piece of property. So we get does everybody have the email from Kristen?
No.
Or do I just have it? All right, I will read. So after that Zoom meeting, we got a letter from, Jan stopped in and saw Kristen at the planning director. And Kristen sent Jan a letter. Thank you for stopping by last week and talking about the historic preservation restriction on the Jesperson's property at 1 Marshmallow Lane. I appreciate that you and Channing logged into the planning board public hearing and that you followed up. I've reviewed the historic restriction, and the planning board also held its site visit to the property. And as mentioned, we spoke. If the historical commission has any specific questions or comments for the planning board regarding the building restrictions. Well, yes, there's a building restriction, and I'd like to understand how it's being followed. Because it clearly isn't. It isn't.
Who holds the restrictions? I mean, who's got?
Planning board holds the restriction.
Yeah.
Good, okay.
So
That's interesting.
Yeah.
she said she'd be happy to pass this on to the planning board.
So they basically just said that they're fine with it?
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Another
we
meeting.
have a restriction, and that's it.
Well, it does say that the grantee, which is us, can, or the town, can change that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's them changing it, basically?
I guess so.
Gotcha.
So,
But the
Because
cupola too.
technically, they're not changing the barn. They're changing the use. The barn
You're
itself.
also changing the
No,
outside
but
of the barn.
they're
Yeah, no, I'm just reiterating what's
they're
been going on.
very far along in this construction project.
Yeah,
So you'd think that all this stuff would have been discussed before.
well, there's another meeting
Round.
coming up, so,
Cool.
with the planning board.
Okay.
Hello, what was that?
Change.
Channing's battery died.
well, we're done.
But it was
That's right.
good so far. So it's on the town website.
Okay.
If you go on the town website, you can get the Zoom information. It's the 16th, which is next Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Okay.
So, and they're going to talk about Whipple Tree Works, Inc. and the site plan review for the nonprofit at One Marsh Meadow, just so you know.
So, and I'm sure anybody who wants, it'd be kind of interesting if anybody, it's kind of drawn out, but watch the last Zoom,
We gotta get outside.
the Zoom meeting, to see what I said, and then I forget which member, the past chairman, his explanation for it's already been approved.
Yeah. It's.
We're past that.
unfortunate. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.